What's going on, everyone? It's Elite Killer 29 here with a video today, and I'm going to be talking about NASCAR Heat 3, giving my thoughts about the trailer, what was noticeable to me, and also I'm going to be talking about the Operation Sports article that came out about NASCAR Heat 3, and they were just going into a little more detail. They had a chance to play the game last month at E3, and they gave a little more detail about the AI, the physics, pre-race and post-race stuff that's new, and I'm going to get into that stuff later on in the video. But what I did was that I screenshotted the most important things in the trailer, and I'm going to be just like things that was noticeable to me and things that's obviously new, and I'm just going to be giving my thoughts about it, kind of speculate about a few things. So without further ado, this is the first picture I screenshotted. NASCAR Heat 3 cover. The Hendrick Brigade is on there. They've been struggling all year, but hey, at least they on the cover of a game. So I guess that's good for them for now. But yeah, they on the cover. It looks pretty nice. I'm not really a person that makes a big deal about the cover, but I just want the game to play good. So on to the next slide. Um, this is something new in the game, and that's these dirt late models. They adding a dirt series. It's a fantasy dirt series. I don't. At first, everybody thought that it was gonna be the K&N series that's gonna be in the game, or some people was even talking about having Arca in the game, or having 3 new series in the game in general. But it turns out it was just a dirt series, which, to be honest, I don't mind. I didn't want 4 new series in the game and Arca and Wheeling modifiers. I just want them to focus on the gameplay, getting the career mode right, getting the bells and whistles right, and that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, these cars look pretty nice though. I see dirt kicking up. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the dirt in the next picture. But yeah, these things look nice though. Looking forward to driving them. If the physics are better, the dirt physics. I hope the physics in general in the game is better, but the dirt physics need to be much better because the truck series races at Eldora, and they had the truck series in the last game, and when you went to Eldora, it just didn't feel that good. You could just throw the truck to the inside and just mash the gas down, and that was pretty much it. Here's another picture of the dirt late models, and now this picture is a little bit more noticeable, like a little bit more noticeable with the dirt. I see that they did a pretty good job when it comes to, like, the dirt kicking up. That's something you didn't realize. That's something you didn't really notice in the last NASCAR game. When it came to the door and the trucks, the dirt didn't really kick up at all, barely. It was like little puffs of it, but right here it's like a lot of dirt kicking up, and I like that because it's attention to detail. It happens in real life. So, and it seems like the cars are going to get dirty too. So I'm looking forward to seeing more footage of uh these dirt late models. So on to the next picture, and here go the truck series right here. The first thing I noticed in this picture was that, one, the graphics look the same. Sadly, graphics, and I wanted the graphics to look better just so the game could be taken a little bit more seriously. Because a lot of people judge games based off of graphics, and they take one good look at the game, they be like, "Oh man, the graphics look the game looks bad, and the game's gonna play bad because the graphics look bad." And some people got that thought. And to be honest, that's not true. A game can have bad graphics and still have good gameplay. It can be fun. At the end of the day, you're trying to have fun in these games. So, yeah, you can see Dalton Sargent in the background, and you see a Napa truck and it says NASCAR Next above it. I'm guessing that's Derek Kraus. And if you guys don't know who he is, he's a NASCAR Next driver, along with a bunch of others like Haley Deegan and Anthony Alfredo and Chase Purdy, Zane Smith. Those type of drivers, those drivers are on all part of the NASCAR Next. I know I'm missing a couple, but it seems like they're gonna have the NASCAR Next drivers be like they're gonna have them in the truck series. Not all those drivers. I don't think any of them are in the truck series right now, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so they're probably most likely gonna be field fillers. So I know people won't like that because they want like the actual roster, but to me it doesn't bother me. It's cool to be playing as them. I mean, they're not gonna have the Can-Am series, so I'm not gonna be able to play as Haley Deegan or Derek Kraus. So hey, might as well put them in the truck. And to be honest, I don't have a problem with it. Here's another screenshot. The Cup cars. Nothing too surprising when it comes to real quick. Sorry for any background noise. If you guys hear any background noise, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, like the Cup cars, it's not really a surprise to see the Camaros and the updated schemes, because we got DLC, the 2018 DLC for NASCAR Heat 2 for the Cup cars. So to be honest, it's not really a big surprise to see it. Like I said, the graphics look the same. You notice a little difference in the lighting, but other than that though, it's pretty much the same graphics. I just hope the physics, like I said before, is better. So that's one of the main things I hope they work on, is the physics, because I didn't like how the cars drove, and the contact physics wasn't all that great. So here's another picture. Nothing new really with the cars. I don't notice a difference in the graphics. You can see the 2018 roster pretty much. The 2018 schemes, the new drivers like Darrell Wallace in the background, and Casey Kane and his new ride, and all the new paint schemes pretty much. This right here is when it starts getting interesting. This is when it starts getting interesting. So on their website, they got this little, when they naming like all the new features, it's this little tab that says stories. And what it is that it lets you know, I guess they're gonna have pre-race in this game, like the pace laps and stuff. And I guess like it's gonna show like who qualified on the pole, who got caught for who's getting sent to the back for technical violation or something like that. Who's having a good year so far, who's not. I like stuff like this because this is presentation, and I like presentation. It brings the game out. This is stuff that we had in NASCAR Thunder 2004, NASCAR 2005. I'm glad to see stuff like this back. I don't know how deep they're gonna go with it, but hopefully we see more than just the pole winner. Hopefully they show like, I don't know if they're gonna have commentary over it either. It's probably just gonna be like in a note form, and you just gonna have to read it instead of like having somebody talk about it. Because on NASCAR 2004, they used to actually talk about the drivers instead of just having a little description right there for you to read. They should actually have commentators commentating about talking about you and stuff before the race started. So this is cool, man. I like this. That's the presentation. They said that it's supposed to be new pre-race and post-race presentation in the game. It's pre-race in the game. It's post-race. I don't know. When they say post-race, I don't know if they're talking about burnout celebrations and a whole new victory lane celebrations. It'd be cool to see your car pull into victory lane. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm going to get more into that later on when I get to the Operation Sports article. I screenshotted this picture because it's nothing minor, but I see that they did something different when it came to like the driver pictures. Um, Instead of having them look dead at you, you know, I see that they got like the drivers are just like it's like cards in card form. So that was something little, something minor, not really a big deal. This is another big thing, and you guys probably looking like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Well, a possibility of having 360 camera rotation, being able to look behind you, side to side. I will, because, and I say that because this is an in-game screenshot, and you can tell because they got Chris Bush's you can see Chris Bush's name tag above his car, and I don't remember you couldn't do this in the last game. You couldn't look side to side and backwards and stuff. So I'm pretty sure 360 camera rotation is in the game. I heard that it is. Um it wasn't the Operation Sports article. It was another preview article that said that it was in the game, if I'm not mistaken. But I really hope this is true because this will help big time when it comes to like being able to see, look around you, so you can know what people are at and stuff instead of just relying on your mirror. This is another screenshot that was noticeable. That another thing that was sorry about that. Another thing that was noticeable in the trailer, the two things. One, the driving line. Driving line, I never really found looked at it as a big deal. Every racing game has it. But it's cool for new players, at least for to see where they can break it. It's gonna come in handy for road courses when people start. It's for new players pretty much. When they supposed to get on the gas, when they supposed to brake, things like that. And then another thing that I noticed, and this is something that nobody else is talking about, they got the Xfinity composite bodies. You can tell because it doesn't have that metal look to it. It's got like a real smooth look to it. That's how the Xfinity cars look in real life now. Ever since they went to the composite bodies, not a huge deal, but that's attention to detail. That's something I noticed. The only thing I got out of this screenshot was that Johnny Sauter's in the game, which is good because he's the face of the truck series right now. He got the most wins so far this year. As I'm recording this video, he got like 4 wins, and he's a champion. He's been real dominant in the truck series within the past 2 to 3 years, and it was crazy that he wasn't in the game last year. So it's cool to see that he's in the game this year. So that's great to see. Seem like pit times are going to be the same, and that's good because pit times in real life have slowed down. Has slowed down this year. They're not 12 or 11 seconds. They're actually 13 to not even 13 seconds. Probably like 14 to 15 seconds. So this is actually kind of accurate. So they actually got that right. Another thing I want to notice, the other thing I want to see is your pit crew making mistakes, but I doubt they have that. But on to the next thing. This is the Dirt Late Model Series, and the first thing that caught my attention when I saw this was how much dirt is kicking up. They really did a nice job with the dirt when it comes to this game. When it came to this game, now will it look like this during final release? I hope. I hope this wasn't just a touch up, for the trailer. I hope this is something that we actually see in the game, because this looks much better. It really does. You can see the dirt on the cars, and that's attention to detail right there. I like that. So I'm looking forward to driving these things if the physics are better. Like I said before, if the physics are not better, then I'm not gonna really enjoy driving them. And real quick, I forgot to mention I think it's a mix. It's like a lot of fantasy tracks. a lot of fantasy dirt tracks. I think it's a mixture of fantasy. I think they got 2 real dirt tracks, and the rest of them are fantasy. And they even got a dirt road course, which is gonna be insane, especially for the online. The only time I'll probably do this is if I'm racing with somebody that I know. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty insane right there. Haley Deegan, she's in the game. Like I said, NASCAR next drivers are gonna be field fillers for the truck series. It's cool to see her in the game. I'm a fan of hers. She's real talented. She seems like she's legit. Hopefully she can win the race soon. But yeah, she's in the game though. Uh, this is the big thing, and this is something I'm gonna be talking about for a minute. This is a huge deal. Upgrades are making a return, and I was real happy when I saw this in the trailer because they had upgrades on NASCAR Heat Evolution, and then on NASCAR Heat 2 they took them off, which didn't make any sense to me. They had this momentum thing, and I was like, well, that's stupid. So this game right here, NASCAR Heat 3, their return is back. A few concerns real quick with this. A few concerns that I got. I hope it's not too easy to upgrade. That's I hope I hope you don't upgrade too fast is what I'm saying. Because that would not be good. It's just like this. If you upgrade too fast, then maybe it'll be different once you get like the Xfinity and Cup. The prices may be a little steeper, but I hope you don't max out too fast is what I'm saying. I really hope you don't. That would suck. I think it makes sense. It will make sense if you're in the late models, the dirt late models, and everything is pretty much cheap because it's the lowest series, so of course everything will pretty much be cheaper. I think as you progress, the prices should start going up for like purchasing parts and stuff and parts and pieces. So I think that's how they should approach it instead of having everything be the same price no matter what series you own a team in. So I really hope that ends up being the case. Here go the team contracts. This is nothing really new, but you could tell this is for the dirt series. NH3 Motorsports. These are fake teams because the dirt series is a fantasy series. So that's pretty much it with that. That's nothing really major. The star system is back as well. I hope they do something different with the hot seats this time. I don't know if they are. Make it a little more realistic. I kind of hope you can run like part-time schedules as well. Like you guys know how in real life the Cup guys can only run like 7 Xfinity races and then I think 5 truck races. I hope it ends up being like that in this game as well. I don't know how far they're gonna take it. And then here go the workshop area, the race shop, and you got faculty, you got reputation, teams, and then season status. So the first thing, I hope stats are in the game. I don't know how far they're gonna take it with the stats. It says season status. That's what gets me worried. So I don't know if they're just gonna break down your season stats instead of your career. I hope you can look at your career stats as well, like everything you did in total, not just your season stats. I would like to, and like I said, how far are they gonna take it with stats? Last game they threw it in last minute, and all you saw was your top 5s, your top 10s, the amount of wins you had, your starts, and how many championships you had. It was no things like I want to see things like rookie of the year and manufacturing standings, your average finish, your average start, how many laps you led, how many stage wins you got, how many, a bunch of things. Like I just want to see how many cars you passed, like in total. Like if they got DNS in the game, how many DNS you got? Like that's it. That's stats I want to see. Stats are really important. I hope they don't leave them out again, or I hope they don't throw them in the last second and make them what they was like last year, where it's just a very little. So I hope that's not the case. Um, Reputation is probably rivals. Then again, they probably added a little bit more to it. I don't know. That's something they're gonna have to dive into when they start talking a little bit more about the career mode. You got faculty. Uh, I'm pretty sure that's something to do with the employees and all that. I'm gonna get to that in the next picture or one of the last pictures. But yeah, you see the series right there on the side. How many races? How where your places in the standings? The next race, your season, the amount of fans at the top, your the race shop in the background, and then something noticeable. I don't know if you guys noticed this in the picture, but look how, and when I get to the last picture as well, you gonna notice something as well. Look how low budget everything looks. I wonder if you can expand and you can upgrade to a newer race shop as you progress through your career, like as you progress as an owner. As you get more money, can you purchase a new race shop and you have different things in the background and stuff, and you know because look at the desk, like the knob is hanging off and everything is messy, things in the and then when you get to the race shop, it's like things are just laying around. It looks very low budget. It looks real small as well. I wonder if you can expand and it would look different. Cause that would be real cool if you could upgrade race shops, upgrade to a new race shop. So I'm kind of curious how far they're gonna take it with that. My I'm real curious to see how they're gonna take it with this ownership mode in general. Because if it's like bare bones, I mean, I'm glad it's in the game, but if it's like bare bones, I don't think people are going to be playing it that long. Like, I don't think they're going to be sticking to being an owner that long, especially if it's easy to progress when it comes to like the upgrades and stuff like that. So I kind of hope they take it deep. I don't know if we can, when I say, take it deep, I hope like they can we can we hire drivers? Can we um how far are they going to take it with all of this ownership mode, hiring drivers, upgrades, like all of this stuff. Like, can we own multiple can we own a car in each series? Sponsorship, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I'm sorry, I got so many thoughts in my mind right now, but I'm trying to yeah, sponsorship, like sponsorship requirements and things like that. So I'm real curious about it. I believe that 704 goes into detail with it. So that's something I wanna I'm hoping to see. I want to see more at the end of the day. And then here's what I was talking about earlier. Look how low budget the race shop looks. So I'm kind of curious if you can upgrade, like I said before. But enough of that. This is when it starts looking like NASCAR Thunder 2004. So you get to hire employees, and those employees can work. You got employees for like each area of the car. So suspension, aero, engine, and these people got attributes. So you can't just hire anybody and then it's kind of like NASCAR Thunder 2004. If you guys play that game, you know that each of those people had attributes. Like, what were they strengths? Are they strengths of short track? Are they good at building short track cars or super speedway cars, things like that. So that's how it's gonna be on this game. You got people, you can see the people that's like that's working on each area of the car, and then you got different cars as well. So I don't think you're gonna be just using your same car for every race. I think you're gonna have different types of cars for each race. Cause as you can see, it says short track two, normal and normal two. So I'm pretty sure when you start a truck cup or Xfinity team, you're gonna have different type of cars for different types of tracks. Tracks like, you might have a super speedway car, a short track car, a road course car, and things like that. And you gotta make sure you choose that car before you race. I think so. This it feels like NASCAR Thunder 2004 mixed in with Dirt to Daytona because of the dirt, mixed in with NASCAR '05 because of the contracts and stuff. So it feels like a mixture of those games, and those games were very good at the end of the day, especially when it came to the career mode of those games. So I'm hoping that they can execute and we can find out a little bit more about the career mode in general. But I'm very happy with the career mode um so far from what I'm seeing. Everything else is a question mark at this point. I don't know. We don't know about the AI pitch strategy. We don't know about the how challenging the AI is gonna be. We don't know if we're gonna have DNFs in the game. The paint booth. I doubt they got a paint booth because they probably would have advertised it. But if they, how much did they expand with the current, create a car system they got? Can we choose 50 to 60 sponsors, number fonts, more numbers, more templates, design templates, ability to cut paint your rims whatever color you want? Like, I wonder how much they expanded when it came to that. It's so many question marks in general. What's new for online? They mention esports tournaments. I really don't care about esports, to be honest, when it comes to that. I would like a league mode though for, cause I'm part of a league, and it'd be nice to, have a league mode, and the game can like do all the stats and the points and everything, and it can organize the teams. I would like something like that because they can't just ignore the league, the people that race in leagues. So I hope that's the case. I hope we got practice and qualifying for online, and yeah, I hope it's a lot more options. I hope they improve the AI too for online as well. But yeah, that's all the pictures I screenshotted, and the main thing I got out of this trailer was that the career mode looks real nice. Like I said, everything else is a question mark. It's a lot of speculation going on. So without further ado, I'm about to get to the Operation Sports article real quick. This video been going on for a while now, and I'm just gonna paraphrase what Operation Sports was saying. They, we know about this stuff already. New series, deeper career mode. This right here is caught my eye right here. Revamped AI. So pretty much he was talking about how the AI is more aggressive. They was running different lines. Something that we didn't really see in NASCAR Heat 2 or Heat Evolution. The AI was always like to fight for the bottom, and I didn't really like that because it made it real easy. Like, if they went to the bottom, you could just go to the top and pass them. And one of my concerns that I didn't hear that they were more challenging, but hopefully we get more detail about that soon. Sean Wilson did say that they were going to be more challenging, especially for career mode. So I hope that's true, because the AI was way too easy on NASCAR Heat 2. You could whoop the AI ass, even if you was driving for a 3-star team, you could just whoop their ass and win just about every race. And when the AI is not challenging, that devalues the replayability of the game. You're not going to go back to a game that's just so fucking easy. So I hope they end up really making the AI more challenging. I really hope they do. But that's all they said about the AI though. They didn't the aggressiveness and the lines they was running. He said the AI was, just like in Heat 2, they pretty solid when it comes to like their awareness and stuff. So that's good to hear. And then physics. Now physics is something different. Everybody got their opinions on physics. I got a problem with the physics on the game in general. The contact physics, how the cars handle. He says that the handling feels good as ever. This is an early build that he was playing on, but it was another article that I was reading. I think it was Polygon. He said that the guy that from Polygon, he said that it felt pretty much the same as Heat 2 when it came to like how the cars drove, and that got me really worried. So, but then again, you got to think about it. It's like everybody got their opinion on physics, so it's like until I play the game, I can't really say if the physics are improved. I can't really take somebody's word for it. I gotta play it myself. Cause it's some people that think the physics are good on these games, believe it or not, even though I disagree with that. I think the physics are like the weakest part, of this franchise so far. So, they said they can't go too deep into the physics. And another thing is that we're supposed to have pre-built setups. I don't know how that's gonna work, so I'm not gonna really talk about that yet. A new online experience, like I said before, esports tournaments. They said it's a lot more options for the online as well. Modes and challenges. Like I said, I want practice and qualifying. They need to get rid of that timer for the online. Like when somebody joins, the timer starts to go down. I think let the host start the race whenever they want. I think another thing they need to have is a boot system for when you're on the track. So if somebody's doing something, press the start button. A menu should pop up of like everybody in the room. Go to that person's name. And it should say boot that person. Be able to kick that person out of the room. I want that as well. And like I said, I want a league mode. So it's a lot of things I want to see for online. Improved AI for online because they drove like Eugenics AI and NASCAR Heat 2. The AI was pretty solid for offline, but when you went online, they were just all over the fucking place. So I know I'm rambling here. I'm just trying to. Yeah, so I'm trying to find. Here it is. New camera views, new pre-race and post-race presentations, new in-race views, and a new graphics and lighting engine. Like I said, I don't really notice anything with the graphics. Maybe something with the lighting though. Another thing I want them to do is improve the frame rate, because the frame rate was pretty bad on the last game. But what caught my eye in this Operation Sports article was the new camera views and the pre-race and post-race presentations. Now, I wonder, everybody been begging them to add burnouts, and they need to get it in because we haven't had post-race celebration. We haven't had the ability to do burnouts since NASCAR 15, I think. So pretty much the Utah days, and then we didn't have it for Heat Evolution. We didn't have it for Heat 2. You just win the race. They show your driver celebrating, and it looks really generic. And that was pretty much it. So I hope to see new post-race celebration. Have your car pull into victory lane. Have your driver climb out. Show everybody celebrating. Don't just show your driver on top of your car just doing the same motions, shaking his hand, like, pumping his fist and all that. Like, show something a little different. Like, have the car pull into victory lane. Have some music in the background, sing some good music, like how '04 had it. Pre-race, like I said, that goes back to the stories thing. Um, I kind of hope they show like the pace laps and where everybody's starting in general. That'd be pretty nice. Not just the who qualified on pole and who got sent to the back for a violation and who's having a good season, who's having a bad season. I kind of hope they. It'd be nice if you can start your engines and they had to fly over and stuff like that. But I don't know how far they took it with that. I don't want to get carried away with that. So we'll see. It's good that it's mentioned though because we didn't have no type of pre-race or post-race presentation in Heat 2 or Heat Evolution and the Technics games. They pretty much got rid of the presentation part of NASCAR games after NASCAR 2004. That was the last game that had great presentation. After that, they just had generic post-race stuff, and that was it. '05 had the thing to where you was arguing with somebody in the garage. Other than that, it wasn't really nothing. So I was so happy to read that and and um and see that it was mentioned. New camera views. The only new view that I want is a roof cam, like how the Technics games had it. Other than that, I think I'm fine when it comes to like. I mean, I don't. I mean, they can add as many as they want. Like a far bumper cam or whatever. Maybe a different view from the cockpit. I don't know. I don't know how many views they're gonna add, but I just want the roof cam and that's it. Hopefully they can add it. But yeah, that's pretty much it though, guys. I know I was rambling, but I had so much to talk about, and there's still a lot of questions in the air about this game. I hope, and like I said, I apologize for the background noise, but yeah, it's a lot of question marks about this game. It really is. It's a lot of mystery still, and hopefully we could find out about this stuff real soon. So, like I said, the only thing that I got from that trailer was the was that the career mode looks really good. Everything else is still a question mark. I can't really judge anything else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If any more news break out, I will try to make another video like this again. I know I did this on my phone, but that's because I didn't feel like doing all that editing and taking out my Blue Yeti microphone and recording. I record my videos on the PS4 when I do videos like this, and I use Share Factory on the PS4, but I just wanted to do it on my phone to get the video out quicker, and that was pretty much it. So that's pretty much it, guys. Until they come out some more news, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.